while we're talking coronavirus, stop with the self-pitying and get on with telling the truth. That was the blunt message from Victoria's opposition leader to Health Minister Jenny Mikakis. Mikakis took to Twitter late Saturday night and posted a long rant regarding the government's response to the pandemic. She said that she was deeply sorry, but humans are flawed. She went on to say that if her efforts weren't good enough, then she apologised. But it didn't wash well with the opposition leader, Michael O'Brien, who echoed the calls of many around the country for the Andrews government to start telling the truth about what's happened in Victoria. Mikakis refused to answer questions in Parliament and continued to echo the government's message that they can't comment because of the current inquiry. Ben, this is interesting to me. We often lament the fact that politicians aren't straight up with us, don't apologise, and the moment they do, even if this was a drunken Twitter rant, which I'm not saying it was, but it was a late Saturday night, maybe some drinks were consumed and the truth came out. But when these politicians do tell the truth, it's seen as a weakness and we come after them.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's why they're such particularly unusual characters, politicians. I mean, they kind of chameleonize themselves in some environments. They toe the company line on others and then give any good politician a couple of drinks. And the next thing you know, they're telling you something completely different. And I can only tell you this from my experience of being friends with some politicians, and that is they love to drink and also they love to spill the tea once they've had some booze in them. So look, I'm not really that surprised that we're seeing stuff like what we saw on Saturday night. Yeah, and I think you're probably onto something.
Yeah, look, I've got to say, Ben, I understand what you're saying there, but I don't think that any tea was spilled, rather. I think that this is what they were going for, and what this minister was going for was, look at me, I'm apologising and I'm doing this. No, tickety-boo, that's no worries. You've apologised, I understand that. We all want to know answers. This is not an excuse. I think this was piss weak, to be honest. To go out there and say, oh, I've tried my best and I'm doing what I'm trying to do and blah, blah, blah. No. Answer the bloody questions. What the bloody hell happened in the hotel quarantine? What's happened to Victoria? Don't go in this self-pity, this kind of, oh, I've tried my best and I'm sorry, and if it wasn't good enough. That's bullshit. Like Rob, surely you think...
That's a defence mechanism. That's a defence mechanism that people have.
But then she should be voted out. She should be voted out, because if you go onto Twitter and go at 11:54 p.m., which was the first tweet, by the way, very Donald Trump-like, and do this massive kind of thing, but she won't answer questions in Parliament, get the hell out of office.
Yeah, this has been the point where the Andrews government has let itself down. I've got to say, and I've been very supportive of all governments for the way they're handling it, and I'm willing to give Dan Andrews and his government the benefit of the doubt. But this
Ben,
major
Rob,
stuff
this is bullshit to go onto Twitter and go, I'm sorry, please. No. You've been asked questions in Parliament. You refuse to answer them. Don't then go on Twitter and go, oh, I'm sorry, and please.
Yeah, and
that's not...
I agree with you 100%. The problem here is lack of transparency. The head of the inquiry has said, no, there's nothing stopping you guys from talking about it. Not a problem for me. And they're still saying, we can't talk about it because of the inquiry. You know, the journalists are turning on Dan Andrews because he's not being straight up on this issue. And the fact is, once again, I don't hold Dan Andrews personally responsible for this, because other states have hired security guards. We're now hearing a report today saying that a nurse has come out saying that officials were more interested in placating the people inside the hotels rather than focusing on the pandemic, because people were saying, oh, I'm going to self-harm if you don't let me out. So they would let people out for ciggy breaks and all that kind of stuff. And allegedly, they had a online group where they all gave each other hints on how to get outside time. So the whole thing was a debacle. So there are a lot of questions by it, but to say that they can't answer them is complete BS.
But I think that what you need to understand, though, that this is the biggest problem with social media at the moment, and this is the biggest problem with our leaders or people who are in top jobs having these social media apps where they can freely just get out their phones and just tap away after a few, Drambuis or a few Cointreaux or whatever the poison that they're having, and they reach for the phone. I mean, it's a human moment. Yes. And I can honestly say, can the three of us look within ourselves and genuinely answer the question of, haven't you ever sort of had a human moment and tweeted something that you didn't mean to tweet and then try to take it back?
No. I agree. I see what you're saying, Ben. But she's an elected official. We've all done it, but she's an elected official, and she has not, responded to what she's meant to. So for her to say,
you need to understand.
No, but for her,
these people aren't superheroes. They are politicians.
Well, then
and they are
answer
real
bloody
people,
questions.
and mistakes.
Then
mistakes
you
can
know
sometimes be
what?
made.
We've made
And
their
answer
points.
questions.
Can I just make one point about this? I love it. I think every politician on a Friday night should be forced to get on the gear and drink up on a Friday night. They can join us for Tipsy Thursday, and then their phones are given them to them without any media advisors, and they tweet to their heart's content. So they tell us the truth. They tell us what's going on. Oh yeah, I did elbow him out. Oh, I hated Malcolm, or yes, I voted for him to be gone out. Yes, I did stuff up on that one. Let them get it all off their chest once a month.
But wait, Rob, I've really got to ask you the question. This, to me, you often speak about politicians playing politics in this very dangerous and very scary time. This, to me, and I really want to know your thoughts, this, to me, is absolute classic playing politics when people are dying. Your thoughts on that?
My only thoughts are I 100% agree. And this is where Andrews is letting himself down. I couldn't give a flying toss about Jim's mowing guy coming out and writing a letter that Daniel should resign and all that kind of stuff. I have no interest in any of that. But what I do have an interest in is the fact that this government in Victoria has been pretty good. He stands at that press conference every day and answers every bloody question put to him and will not leave until the journalists are happy.
No, wait. No.
Hang on, I'm getting to a point.
When it comes... Sorry, Dom. Sorry. Sorry, Matt.
Oh, no, you're going to pick me up on something. Go on.
No, I said sorry, Dom. I just said sorry, mate. No, please keep going. I'm sorry, Rob. I'm sorry.
But the point is that this is one issue where there has been a monumental stuff up. It is the one issue that could bring down the government, but they would be smarter if they were honest with the people who want answers during a time in crisis.
Absolutely.
And this, the quarantine issue will destroy the government because they're handling it so badly. They look like they've got something to hide. And perception is everything.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.